Very good evening and thanks for clicking on to the Thursday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Do greatly appreciate that. This is the current temperatures across the UK as of just after 5 p.m. in the evening this Thursday. 24 Celsius in the West, Southwest Midlands, and we do have widespread low 20s across the majority of England and Wales, even across the north. Up here at Vogan Weather HQ, the temperature did exceed 20 Celsius for the first time this season, and I do expect a run of 20 plus between today, tomorrow, and indeed Saturday, possibly even Sunday as well. So it is the first prolonged spell of 20 plus of the year here at the house, and I think we will see a warmer day across the majority of the UK over the next couple of days as well before we see a gradual breakdown in the conditions. This is the current visible satellite image of Weather Online. You can see here sunshine for the vast majority. Cloudier skies now filtering in across the north. We will see a boundary running the northern flank of that high. That is going to bring outbreaks of rain and breezy conditions through the course of this evening. High and dry elsewhere, and we will see clear skies even across the north of the UK. We may see some mist and murk developing quite widely during the course of tonight. That should then burn off quite quickly through the morning, and we should see plenty of sunshine across the board tomorrow. This is the current radar image of the same website, showing a few spotty showers across the Cairngorms, the Grampians, over the far west islands of Scotland, parts of the Republic of Ireland. Is seeing some shower activity, but you can see literally no shower activity or rainfall to speak about across the vast majority of the UK, but England and Wales looks as if it's completely dry this afternoon under those sunny skies. So we are going to be seeing the temperatures rise over the next few days. Warm enough today, we will see temperatures possibly reach 24, I think, on the Murray Coast, either tomorrow, but more likely Saturday. So this is the temperatures of the UKV model, or the Met Office model. You can see here the temperatures drop off to upper single figures, low double figures through the course of tomorrow morning. Then the sun comes up quite early, and we will see the temperatures rise quite sharply here through the course of tomorrow. Nothing overly significant really to write home about. Probably reach about 24, possibly 25 in the Greater London area as we go into the late afternoon tomorrow, and around 5 p.m. at the very latest. Then we will start to see a gradual cool off. We do have temperatures around the 20 Celsius mark, northeastern areas and the far north of Scotland through the course of tomorrow. And then as we play through into Saturday, we will see the temperatures rise fairly quickly once again. Now that area of high pressure has continued to move east. Frontal system off the Atlantic is moving eastwards as well. That's going to generate a southerly airflow, so therefore we're going to jack the temperature up slightly between tomorrow and Saturday, and even Sunday may see even warmer temperatures than Saturday. We'll get there in just a second, but you can see by the time we reach the early to mid and late afternoon tomorrow, we should see 20, 23, 24 possibly on the Murray Coast. Even up across the Altnahara area, we could see some fairly warm temperatures. And then as you move southwards, widespread low 20s to speak about anywhere from the Central Belt southwards, England, Wales, and like I say, somewhere in that Greater London area up towards Cambridgeshire, for example, we may see a 25, 26 Celsius during the course of tomorrow afternoon. Now, as we move into the day on Sunday, what may start to show up is the fact that we could see temperatures even warmer than that. Now, we do have a thundery breakdown developing as we go through the afternoon on Sunday, but this is the temperatures at 15Z on Sunday, and you can see here that we have got 26 seen on the UKV model here to the northwest of London. We may see temperatures into the close to the mid-20s, even across the Murray Coast, for example, tomorrow afternoon. It will be interesting to see just how warm it gets. It depends on showers blowing up, thunderstorms developing, and they could become quite widespread and relatively problematic. But as I say, the Met Office model is indicating 26 Celsius. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a 27 on Sunday afternoon. Now, if we look at the latest run of the GFS here, you can see what takes place. That area of high pressure that has been dominating the majority of this week, that kind of then pushes and slides to the east. That allows an approaching frontal system to move in from the west here off the Atlantic. And as it does so, the air mass becomes destabilized. We lose the heights over the UK. That then allows a weakness within the atmosphere and allows much more instability and the development of showers and thunderstorms. And that is exactly what we're going to see through the late morning into the early to mid-afternoon period on Sunday. If you still hold on to sunny skies, we will see the temperatures respond very nicely. It will be the warmest day of the year by a long shot. Probably Scotland, definitely across England and Wales. But again, there will be the development quite widely of heavy showers and thunderstorms. And underneath those showers, you may get flash flooding. That is a real distinct possibility during the course of Sunday as the atmosphere becomes much more destabilized. Heavy showers, thunderstorms, downpours, it will probably cause some disruption on the roads, etc., during the course of Sunday. So you can see here the GFS indicating widespread showers developing during the course of Sunday afternoon. Keeping our eyes very close on this area of low pressure, by the way. That system looks to be winding up quite strongly, actually. May produce gales over southern parts of Ireland, Wales, and western and southwestern England later in the day, Sunday and into Monday morning here. And it will also trigger some very heavy rainfall. You notice here that we've got a band of particularly bright colours here representing some very, very heavy rainfall moving in from the south, actually extending the associated frontal systems, extending all the way down to northwestern Spain and Portugal here. That is going to drive some very warm, juicy air up ahead of this system and could drive some very heavy rainfall. Steady, persistent, embedded thunderstorms is likely during the course of Monday, and then we see a very widespread messy picture as that low becomes the dominant player, very quickly replacing the high pressure that we've got at the moment here with low pressure, and therefore that really sets the tone for next week here. You can see by the time we reach Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the morning, we've got widespread showers, possibly embedded thunderstorms, very, very unsettled picture. And boy, oh boy, what a difference that is compared to what we've got at the moment here. That area of low pressure then kind of just sets up over the UK and Ireland, continuing to generate showers, longer spells of rain, possibly embedded thunderstorms. And that looks to be the dominant player through at least the first half of next week. Looks as if by the time we reach the second half of next week, things ease off somewhat, heights come up, and we start to relax things once again within the atmosphere over the UK here. But certainly we have got a massive breakdown coming up this Sunday, in the Monday, in the Tuesday. We replace high pressure with low pressure, and that is going to be the theme to start next week. So make the most of any sunshine and warm conditions that you've got now. Finally, I was going to show you the multi-model run of the for the upcoming summer season. Feeling, if I'm being quite honest with you, I had a yellow fever vaccination just a couple of days ago, and last night driving up the A9, I felt very, very shivery, achy, and I think it's probably the side effects of that vaccination. But I've actually slept a good part of today because I do night shift anyway. I'm typically home early hours of the morning, sleep usually till early afternoon. But feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm only going to show you this for now. This is a tweet here by James Peacock showing the ECMWF probability for the June through August period. I intend to try and show you the multi-model run, the updated version in tomorrow's video. So stay tuned for that. If I somehow not manage to do it, I'll promise to have something over the course of the weekend here. But nonetheless, James shows here that the ECMWF is at least indicating this is for the June through August. This is the entire meteorological summer, showing a very positive North Atlantic oscillation summer coming up. Now remember, we've had a predominantly negative NAO pattern through the course of the last autumn and through the course of the winter season. More wet as opposed to cold. The negative NAO pattern through the last few months has been very west-based, meaning that we've forced the jet stream further south, but it's meant that we've had the continuation of low pressure. Remember, I showed you in yesterday's video the tweet by Aidan McGivern of the Met Office showing the south displaced jet stream. But you can see here that we've got positive heights generally across the mid-Atlantic, with negative heights further north. That indicates to me that we could have a fairly high pressure and warm dominated pattern across the continent of Europe. Question mark would be over the UK and Ireland. We may be on the crossroads between high pressure and hot conditions over Europe and lower pressure and more unsettled weather across the Atlantic here. That jet could be further north, allowing higher pressure across the UK and Ireland here, promoting hotter conditions, or we could have the jet almost over us, separating the low over the Atlantic with the high over Europe, and he kind of hints at that as well. So not an overly clear signal. This is the mean sea level pressure anomaly as well, indicating that we've got lower heights across to the north of the UK. Now that could mean that the Azores high is strong and perched a little bit further north, bringing somewhat of a sniff at a 2018 type summer. But again, it depends on the positioning of the jet here. Will determine other aspects. Remember, when you're looking, at the month of May and you're talking about a 3-month period overall, there's a lot of variability month by month, week by week. So it's very, very hard to distinguish. Summer is a hard season to predict, even more so than winter, because the jet is weaker. You don't have the same clear-cut signals as you would typically get at this time of the year compared to the autumn and the winter season, for example. So, like I say, I will try my very best to provide you with a look at the multi-models. I'll try my best tomorrow to show you that. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember, there's a live stream this upcoming Sunday at 4 p.m. as per usual. So stay tuned for that as well. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, or Thursday it is. Bye for now.